Sunday morning, it is. Good day. It should be.
Good day.
I'm just going to speak in all phrases for you. Hannah Stanley, you are. Like Yoda.
I didn't know.
Ernie Kennedy, I am. Beyond sports.
Are you going to do Yoda or Paul Harvey? I wasn't quite sure.
Well, in honor of Paul Harvey, maybe I'll do Paul. And that's the rest of the story.
It's not the rest of the story. This is the beginning of the story.
Oh, well, do tell me about the story, would you?
The beginning of the story. It is Sunday morning. It is 5 a.m.
Yes.
It is April 19th.
I have mainlined my coffee for the morning.
You do. I wondered what that idea was.
Yeah, it is golden.
It is golden. Okay, so here's the deal with this weekend. It is Earth Month. April is Earth Month. It is. We are in a very environmentally friendly time here in the country.
Yes, we are.
But this is the big old month when everybody focuses. Earth Day is coming up, April 22nd. Right?
Sure,
yeah,
go ahead,
Wednesday.
run with it. You were solid.
Just checking. And
I'll let you know when you're wrong.
And let me tell you, one of my favorite little things to do on Sunday. I leave here. I go home, and I will throw on, and I'm not even close to lying about this.
A shawl and some candles, which is weird.
Blanket.
Yeah.
No, Planet Green.
Okay.
is an offshoot. It's a Discovery Channel.
Should I play it as if I haven't heard of it before?
No, you've heard of it. Everyone's
I know,
heard
but
of it.
I'm
It's
being
fantastic.
the devil's advocate.
It's fantastic.
See where I go
it
there?
was launched not recently, but recently enough by Discovery Channel. And it is like all things green. It's got that fun Ed Begley, who I think I would like in real life. Ed Begley Jr. But my favorite show, and they usually run it back to back.
Right.
And I sit there and go, yeah, Steve, I'll come there in a minute. I'll take care of that in a minute. I'll wash the dishes in a
For
minute.
those who don't know, Steve would be the husband in this scenario.
Jodi Murphy, who's my newest, bestest friend in the entire world.
This is so weird because you bring up her name.
Because she's here.
Oh, she is.
She hosts a program, and she's here in Chicago, which is spectacular. Because
Which is great because that's where our studios are, and that seems to work out pretty well for us.
It's a better commute for her. But there is a program called Total Wrecklamation.
W-R-E-C-K.
Right, Wreck. Get it? Wreck. You'll get it in a minute. And Jodi hosts this. This is based on her company that's, again, based here in Chicago. And I am very excited because what she does and what this company takes care of and does and helps people with is unbelievable that no one came up with this first.
So we'd like to welcome Jodi Murphy into this fine show.
That was like my 8-minute intro.
Thank you very much. Yes, consider me the wreck in Total Wrecklamation.
Oh, self-deprecating. I love it. So why don't you tell me about, your company first?
Well, all my company does is recycle used building materials out of houses before they get demolished. In landlocked communities...
You make it sound like all you're doing is little widgets. It's kind of a big thing.
Well, I mean,
Don't be
houses,
afraid.
it's no small task. You know what I'm saying?
And Jodi's not a big woman.
No.
Jodi's like, 4.5? No, you're what, 5'2"?
5'1".
Okay.
Yeah.
You're wearing
Look
good
at she
boots.
gave you the...
I am wearing big girl shoes, too.
Yeah.
It's weird, so am I.
I
Continue.
charged it up for you today.
Charged.
Thinking I might,
It's Sunday, Yeah.
Anyway, what I do and strive to do is I'm diverting used building materials out of houses before they get demolished. Here's the history behind it, okay? Picture this. 20 years. 20 years.
20
Yeah,
years
I must
ago.
not be doing something right,
You
or
were
I'd be a
15.
princess by now, okay? But 20 years ago, I was broke. I had 2 small children, and I had my first home, which was the quintessential first home. And I'm talking orange sculpture carpet, plastic brick on the wall.
Nice.
But, at 28, you're like, whatever. I'll just take the carpet up. I'll do this, that.
Right.
But my disposable income, minus the diapers, was about $32 a month. So here I was with all the energy in the world and no money to transform my living scene into the way that I had envisioned.
Right.
Okay. So I'm thinking there's got to be a way around this no money thing.
Yeah.
But you're the first to figure this concept out.
It's like
It's
there's
such a
got to be a
tiny
way.
detail. Yeah.
There's got to be a way because I have sincere desire to improve my scene. So I'm only missing a small little chunk of money.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a way. The end run, there's always an end run. So I grew up in Oak Brook, and I had no idea that we grew up wealthy, because
Right.
everybody lived like us.
Right.
Okay. And so now all of a sudden I had been to the mountaintop and it was a slow, steady decline down into, Povertyville. And I was driving through a neighborhood that's right near where we were living. And there's a house coming down, and a girlfriend of mine happened to marry into a building family. I was thinking, God, I would give a body part to have a crack at one of these houses because for my house.
Sure.
So then we thought, well, why not solicit, the builders to say, hey, why don't you let us, see if there's anything we can use before you knock the house down, and we in turn will open it up to the public. For you, and then there's less you're throwing away, and you're going to be making money. My whole thing was about making money for them because no one really cared about
that was the angle,
the building materials.
Yeah.
And I would love to tell you that I started this company because I saw a need within the community. No. This was about me and improving my own scene.
Yeah, you saw a lack of green in your wall.
Yeah, a lack of green.
Pretty much
exactly.
where we're going there.
And so, after about 5 years into the business, developing it now, and then I had another baby in between there. So, this was just kind of a part-time thing. And then after I got a chance to refocus and finish the laundry, I became, I saw the need and became more of an advocate, which is what is the blessing in my work, is that I really, truly believe in the efficacy of what we're accomplishing, even though it's done in a very, very offbeat way.
Yeah. So it was a path to get there. It was a different path than where you're at now, obviously.
It wasn't noble. I'd like to say it was, but it was extremely self-serving. However, I have seen the light. People.
Right, I was going to say, you've had a come-to-Jody meeting with yourself over the course of the years.
And I said, something's got to be done about this waste stream going down, because there's a lot of people that can use the materials and a lot of people that cannot use the materials, so I'm just crossing the two.
So, if you've seen the show, or if you haven't seen the show, I'm going to expound for a minute or two. It is on Planet Green Network on your local cable provider. I happen to watch it on Sundays. I know that it airs normally
Tuesdays,
whatever. It's on all
Pick a day.
the time.
Well, it's cable, okay? Yeah.
She did say
when
that she
Emerald's
watches.
not on.
I know. Well, and you know what?
Sorry, Emerald.
I will.
Bam! Jodi Murphy, bam!
Just TiVo it. We all have the DVRs. Just search for Total
And
Wrecklamation.
if you don't get Planet Green, I suggest you pony up the $15 extra and get Planet
Call
Green.
your local cable
Show's
provider.
called Total Wrecklamation.
Yes.
There's also great information if you go to Murco.net, or you can go to planetgreen.com.
Yeah, spell Murco, just so they know.
Murco.
Right. Now, the company is called Murco Recycling Enterprises,
Right.
Inc. However, if I knew that I was going to make my living this way, I really would have come up with a snappier name, let me tell you.
Sure.
But if Google can do it,
Right, exactly.
Murco. So it's Murco, Jodi Murphy, Murco.
Yeah.
Jody with an I.
Right.
Jodi with an eye and a smiley face.
Yeah. So I'm watching the program, and the other, I don't know, couple 2-3 weeks ago, you were in Hinsdale, I think, and you're always in Hinsdale, it seems, but or Barrington. Those are your two main focuses. But you were in this gigantically, amazingly beautiful house, and there was a kitchen, $85,000 worth of materials, cabinets, flooring, gorgeous marble countertops, unbelievable appliances.
Yes.
I am drooling with salivation.
Yes.
Right now, talking about the appliances. $14,000. $14,000. You auctioned that kitchen off.
I understand, but you didn't express the true nature of my pain. I
Thus you
started
being
off
here.
at $10,000, and everyone looked at me like I had two heads. And the woman cut my bid in half and went to $5,000.
Yeah.
At which point,
You
I
cried.
dropped to my knees and started singing show tunes until they came around to their senses. No, I'm kidding.
I think you actually left the kitchen and went somewhere else.
Well,
and
I
then
was
came
ready
back
to.
the
Yeah, I
kitchen.
was ready to go somewhere else. I mean, people. Here's the deal: people are shopping with me, and I think maybe I should explain demolition auctions if people don't understand.
Yeah, I
Please
think that's a
do.
good
I've never
place
been.
to start.
Demolition auctions is a kind of fast and furious way to strip out a house prior to its going down. The way it works is people log on to our website, Murco.net, Murco.net, or MurcoRecycling.com, and they can see pictures of upcoming events, like an auction, and they can look and see exactly what's for sale and say, oh, man, that's going to work for us, landscaping, roofing, anything that's in an empty house is what I seek to disperse back to the community before it goes down. So the way the auctions work is we write all over the walls trying to point out what's interesting to, what we think might interest people. We want to create a fun, environment for people to come there, and everything is bid for, paid for, and removed in a day. So it is not glamorous, but it is cheap, cheap, cheap.
Well, what do you write on the walls?
We write on the walls. Well, like we just, stupid jokes.
I know.
Here's the thing. We're asking people to come there and pay us cash and work their fannies off.
To get what they want.
Okay? And they're not going to do that for an environment that they don't feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to create a nice environment. Plus, it's their weekend.
Yeah.
It's only done on the weekend, so no one wants to do business with people they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, but let's not be foolish here. These people are out not just to help Jodi Murphy and Murco.net. They're out to save themselves a ton of coin on products that are, worthwhile saving and putting in their home.
I know. And the interesting thing is that the people that have stumbled upon my demolition auctions are extremely intelligent, well-researched people. So
then maybe I should go to one of them.
Well, yeah. Well, for looking at you, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, nice. You know my wife. My God, that was perfect. Yeah.
Best friends, Jodi.
No,
I
but
want that kind of humiliation. I'll go home.
They really are. I mean, so they know what things are worth,
Right.
and they're out to get a killer deal. And you know what? I am an advocate for all sides because I have been and still am in a position where my buyers are. So I have to ride the line for, providing a great deal and providing value to the people I'm working on behalf of. Although now I must say, when I started this business, people were, it was all about leaving money on the table. And now there is such a shift in the way that people are thinking, and I can't tell you how gratified I am to feel this way. But I mean, that now they're saying, Jodi, it's really not about the money. I'm like, oh, great. Can I have it all then? No, I'm kidding.
Right. If you don't need it, I'll take it.
No. Oops. Sorry.
Oh, Jodi's
That's okay.
very popular.
But you know what I'd like to do though. Absolutely, phone's ringing off the hook. People are know that she's around.
Yes.
Things like that. How do I get a part of the show? So you go to Murco.net, Murco.net. And then you can get information on that. But the show itself is called, it's Planet Green's Total Wrecklamation, WRECK, Wrecklamation. And when we come back, I want to find out a little bit more about the show because I think we've delved into it a little bit. But we need to know more and maybe a little insight on how the auctions work at these different demolition sites right here on ESPN 1000.